Now let's move to the DRC, where 3 wildlife rangers have been shot dead in the country's Garamba National Park. Poachers are being blamed. 2 other rangers were wounded in that attack. One of the rangers was found dead in the park. American Special Forces evacuated the other victims, but 2 later died of their injuries. 2 others are now being treated, and that includes the park manager. Garamba is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and has been described as the last stronghold for the DRC's elephant and giraffe population. Poachers there are heavily armed, and some have been linked to Joseph Kony and the Lord's Resistance Army. Well, Garamba is run by African Parks, a non-governmental organization that manages 10 protected areas and national parks in Africa. I'm joined live now on the line from Johannesburg by Kurt Steiner. He is the head of law enforcement of Africa Parks. Kurt, just to begin with, can you give us more details on this attack that took place in Garamba National Park?
Well, good evening. The attacks took place on Saturday morning. We had shots heard over just before midday in the southwest of the park. The park manager and a number of the response teams responded to that, landed on the ground after seeing a carcass in the air, and then shortly afterwards, while the helicopter returned to fetch more reinforcements, were brought under fire from a concealed position within the tree line.
And of course, can you give us an idea of the dangers that your rangers face on a daily basis? Of course, Garamba Park is really in the center of one of Africa's most unstable regions.
The dangers we face here come from a range of different forces. We have both the May militias running around the area. We have the Lord's Resistance Army, which is growing in strength in the area, and they're desperate for funds. We have rebel and both renegade Sudanese forces moving in. And on top of that, we have numerous human-wildlife conflicts. We have the disease and the terrain to counter. It's an incredibly dangerous area that the guys are actually doing quite well in coping with.
And what are the chances now of being able to get a clear picture of what really happened, the suspects behind this particular incident, as far as an investigation is concerned?
Well, when reinforcements returned to the area, we managed to suppress what fire there was. A few of the enemy managed to escape. What we have recovered, and there were a few casualties on the opposition side, we've recovered equipment, uniforms, ammunition, and looking at the forensic evidence of the area, they do seem to be South Sudanese militia. They've grown in number, they're moving more and more into the area, and just taking targets of opportunity. And we have small groups moving all throughout the area wherever they can, and the minute they see something, they take it, they hit it, and then they run. This is being pushed back further and further with the assistance of MONUSCO, with DRC forces and with the UN, but these pockets still keep occurring.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks very much to Kurt Steiner on the line to us there from Johannesburg.